Previously on my grad school life, I decided to leap into the art world and made the realization I need a more peaceful life. The struggle is just getting there. Now come spend another day with me as a stay-at-home bestie. I took a break from grad school and arrived back home to New York. Since my bestie was at work and making money to support us, I decided to get lunch and entertain myself in the meanwhile. You know me, I love poke, so I went straight to red poke after getting off the train. I really like that you can add bulgogi to your poke. Granted, I gotta stay away from red meat. I'm flopping on my diet lately. Then again, when am I not? It's a never-ending cycle. Shout out to self-awareness. Anyway, I found myself in the drama bookshop. I don't remember the last time I actually sat down and read a book. It's so mind-blowing how free time will completely change your experiences. And just like that, I was back to being that bookish girl. Finally, me and my bestie were able to meet up and we decided to go to a comedy show at Rodney's. It was a lot of amateur acts, which proved to be awkward and sometimes interesting, and I definitely couldn't film. I would have stood out like a sore thumb. We ended the night with a mocktail for me and a cocktail for Bestie. It was a great first day back in the city. The next day, I tried to be a healthy gal. I got the indigo latte, which features matcha, manuka honey, and oat milk. Clean Market also offers IV drips and an infrared sauna. When I looked them up, I thought they only sold coffee. I'm manifesting this lifestyle for my future rich girl aesthetic. Then I made my way through the streets of Manhattan to end up at Bjork Cafe, a Swedish restaurant. So this was my first time trying Swedish food. I'm not gonna lie, I was excited. I love having new experiences. They started me off with bread, which wasn't bad. Then again, it's hard to go wrong with bread. And I got the classic gravlax with honey mustard and cream potatoes. I'll be honest, it wasn't for me. I like a lot more flavor to my salmon, but to each their own. Once done with my breakfast, I headed down to the Fashion Institute. Now the museum doesn't allow you to take video, but you can take pictures, so I went a little nuts. The first exhibit was about different types of sleeves throughout history. I never realized just how many sleeve types there were. The shimmery one is my favorite, followed by this one. The detail is impeccable. Then there was the student side, and they picked 3 themes and combined fashion with those themes. I'll be honest, I'm not sure how I felt about the work. Not that the students didn't do a great job. I think I just needed a deeper explanation of the themes. The themes were myths and rituals, activism and resistance, and lastly, beliefs and economics of care. So if you're in the area, check it out. It's free. You should go. After the museum, I hit up Koryo Bookstore. They sell a bunch of Korean books, music, posters, and other knickknacks like these stickers. And they had the Attorney Woo soundtrack. I really gotta finish that show. And it's cool that they had Go boards. I've always wanted to know how to play. I'm trying to learn Korean as well, but my focus has been mainly on Japanese. I wish I had the bandwidth to tackle all of my interests at once. Then I went to the store next door, which had a lot of skincare products and Korean makeup brands. I was mainly just killing time in here because I'm supposed to be spending less money, you know. Unfortunately, I have to create different spending habits. After Bestie got off work, we went to a boba place and I got to try tanghulu.
Do I just take it? I guess.
Later, I ended up not liking the aftertaste. Mariah wasn't a fan either. We got to stop by Tous Les Jours in New York. I didn't even know they were a chain.
That's the one I got, the heart one.
There goes those coincidences again. I'm gonna take it as a sign that my birthday wishes will be coming true. Later, we went to a pizza party at St. Anthony of Padua Parish. Or I should say we attempted to. The line was way too long. It looped the block twice. We didn't have time to waste, so we hit up Il Corallo Trattoria. This was the best pizza I ever had in my entire life. Though the tiramisu was just okay. So Mariah wanted to go to a jazz club. I found the place Only Love Strangers while she was at work, and I booked it for my birthday because I wanted nice seats. I got some mocktails, she got some cocktails, as per usual. They even brought out a little birthday surprise.
Thank you. Thank you.
They gave us a baklava ice cream sundae, which I'd never heard of, but it was so good. There were some issues with the bill and customer service, but other than that, we had a good night. The next day, we got breakfast at John's Coffee Shop, which was incredible. The food was so good, I forgot to film it. And then we headed to the Spy Museum. I only ever been to the Spy Museum in DC, but since I liked that, I was sure I would like this one. The workers guided us to the museum's entrance and gave us the lowdown. You answer these questions throughout the museum, and it's part of an assessment that tells you what kind of spy you are at the end.
Oh, is it the exact outfit or the recreation?
As you can see, they had lots of cool spy artifacts from movies, from actual spies.
I think they're at the 14-degree mark.
I love that they made the museum interactive because it gives you a greater appreciation for the actual intelligence officers. And it made me realize I could never do it. And it made me realize just how scary the world is. Our every moment being watched and perceived. Later that day, I decided to get a psychic reading. She let me know I really need to focus on visualizing the life that I want. She said that I have so many ideas and interests that I should write them down and come back to them whenever I need them. And we ate at the Grey Dog. Their food wasn't good, except for the sweet potato fries. The next day, we headed to Dragon Fest, which is a Chinese food street festival. It was so packed, and I was a little bit disappointed that it was just American Chinese food. We still got some good eats. Crispy sour cream and onion flavored potato. Amazing. I also had to get in line to get me some of these bao buns. I got the Hong Kong beef and the tender duck. Last stop before I took a break from being a stay-at-home bestie and returned back to the daily grind was at the Morgan Library Museum, where we saw the Beatrix Potter exhibit. If you don't know Beatrix Potter, she's the one who made Peter Rabbit. The exhibit is pretty thorough. It talks all about her life. It has photographs of her home, her family. I wish Maryland had a little library museum. Maybe I'd read more. This trip was a great way to end the semester, and I made all A's, by the way. I'll see you next time. Au revoir.